we can discuss the past strategy for the subject compiler design S6CS. So first priority module is module 1. From this guaranteed 8 to 10 mark question is phases of a compiler. You must draw the block diagram and explain each phase using a running example. 3 mark questions are define lexeme, token and pattern with an example. The next or choice questions can be input buffering, buffer pairs and sentinels, bootstrapping with diagrams, and compiler construction tools like SYAC. Master the phase and lexeme token pattern definitions. Then next module you have to learn is module 5, code optimization and generation. From that, the guaranteed question 1 is issues in the design of a code generator. Then question number 2 is principal sources of optimization. Then the algorithm, getrect function and basic code generation algorithm. Other questions are basic blocks and flow graphs, how to partition code into basic blocks, peephole optimization. So in this module, you have to memorize issues in design and source of optimization. Then after that, come to module 2, top-down parsing. So here the 3 important questions are eliminate left recursion or left factoring, find first and follow sets, construct LL1 predictive parsing table and check if grammar is LL1. These 3 are often combined into one 14-mark question. Then the other questions are recursive descent parser, the algorithm, drawbacks, and how to write code for a simple grammar. So from this module, you have to learn first follow and LL1 tables. Then coming to module 4, intermediate code and SDT. So in this, the must-do problem is you will be given an expression like x equal to a star b plus a star b star c minus d. For this, you have to draw the directed acyclic graph, write the 3 address code, represent it in quadruples, triples, and indirect triples tables. The theory part from this module is storage allocation strategies, stack, heap, static. Then the SDT part, difference between S attributed and L attributed SDT. Writing SDT for a simple desk calculator and drawing an annotated parse tree. So from this module, you have to master DAGs, TAC and quadruple or triple tables. Then come to module 3, bottom-up parsing. So in that, the priority questions are learn how to find the canonical LR of 0 items and draw the DFA state transition diagram. Then table construction, focus on SLR parsing table. Then other questions are handle and handle pruning, shift reduce conflicts, operator precedence parsing concept. So from this, you have to learn LR of 0, SLR tables. So this very important questions you can see from very important questions are learn first and follow plus LL1 table. Then second one is memorize the 6 phases of a compiler with the A equal to B plus C star 60 example. Then third one is learn to draw directed acyclic graphs and quadruple or triple tables. Fourth question is memorize sources of optimization and issues in code generator design. Fifth one is learn left recursion and left factoring formulas. So these 5 questions you are not supposed to skip. Thank you.